real quick. Let me see if I can get him on there. And they gave him a countdown. So yes, how's everybody doing? We are live on YouTube right now. So thank you guys for joining me. And today is actually, I have a special guest with me. I know his schedule is, tight, is busy, everything like that. I want to thank him for hopping on, and actually let me give a brief introduction of how I pretty much got involved with him. I've been following, I followed Tai Lopez for a while, and then Tai Lopez actually led me to Rogers. I don't want to call him his boss, but Rogers' business partner, Anthony Morrison.
It's just my boss. I'm not allowed to say anything otherwise. That's what the contract says.
All right. So, well, his boss then. So, so actually, and I interviewed his boss, actually, Anthony, probably almost a year ago now. It was back in April. And that was a pretty hard interview to book as well. But I ended up seeing him in Miami and all that stuff. And then we set up an interview, which you guys can check it out. If you're watching this on YouTube, probably what I'm going to do is actually take this content, this video, and I actually re-upload it to YouTube. So it should be in one of these links up here in the comments. So in one of these sides, you can actually see the interview with Anthony. But actually, I have Roger right now. And how I was introduced to Roger, I don't know exactly he can get into this, but I know Anthony hired Roger at some point, and Roger actually took over a program which you guys need to check out. It's called Partner with Anthony, where you can pretty much copy and paste Anthony's business model, and you can start your own business model. So if you're interested into, if you want to start a business, especially an online business for it's at a minimal price. I'm so surprised at all the value that they give in this program. But anyway, actually, Anthony pretty much hired Roger. I don't know necessarily if it was for him to take over PWA in the beginning, but that's actually what he's done. And he's pretty much revamped the program, and everything is actually, excellent. We'll get into that, a little bit into the, when we get into the interview. But actually, so I want Roger to open up and just give his background, because really right now what he's doing is he's actually running ads, and he has ran ads, Facebook ads for some very successful entrepreneurs, big entrepreneurs, people who are big in the digital marketing realm in the world of, digital marketing online. He's ran ads for them, and now he's actually, a media buyer for Anthony Morrison. So actually, let's get into a little bit of your background. I know that you were actually a former preacher. You're a preacher. And I know there's a difference in between pastor and preacher, but so you were a preacher. So you mentioned to me that, as far as being a preacher, it actually helped you communicate better. Do you want to explain how that helped you communicate better?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, just the experience of getting up in front of people and having something that is prepared, but that you also have to, give your heart and soul into it and keep people engaged. That's really where I learned the basis of copywriting. But also something that we learned in preaching school was something that really Aristotle made popular with the doors, where you have three major elements: the logos, the pathos, and the ethos. The logos is essential, and I'm going to break it to, so if anyone is really familiar with this, they're going to be like, that was way too simplified, but this is just for a couple of seconds here. I only have to share it, but the logos is basically the words that you say. The pathos is the emotion in which you're communicating it, and the ethos is the character of the person that's communicating it. So of the three, the most important is the ethos. The most important is the character of the person communicating it. And so when we write ads and when we shoot videos, the first thing we want to think through is just how is this person coming across? Do they seem trustworthy? Do they seem like the kind of person that we'd want to follow? The second is pathos, which is the way that they're communicating what they want to share. Are they dynamic? Are we emphasizing the things we want to emphasize, and then getting quiet through the stories and then building them up? And then finally, the logos, or just the words themselves, is learning what words are most effective. And that comes from researching your audience as much as possible and learning what's important to them, so that we could use the right words for them. So that's some things that I learned as a preacher and have been applying in the marketing space.
That's a good point. You brought up some interesting topics there. I didn't know you were going to go deep. I didn't know we are going to have a Bible. But I mean, the thing is, even with everything's intertwined, together. I know you said you like talking a lot about theology, but you're going to have some type of spirituality, or you're going to have to mention spirituality in some aspect, in your business world, in your life in general. So, I know I don't necessarily want to get into, a theological, topic, but I mean, everything's related to spirit. Because I mean, even though, you think about different thoughts and everything, your thoughts are spiritual. You can't see them, you can't touch them, but your ideas and everything like that. So once you formulate those ideas into things that you can actually touch and see, like right now, this was an idea, 𝐵_LIVE. Actually, that's what we're streaming on right now.
Right.
Actually, we're streaming on 𝐵_LIVE into YouTube, or through 𝐵_LIVE into YouTube, however you want to look at it. But both of those basic, both of those platforms, both of those software companies, whatever you want to call them, they were actually a thought first. And now we're actually, pretty much presented, even though you can't necessarily, touch, YouTube or, 𝐵_LIVE. But I mean, the fact is, the reason why you're seeing it on the screen was something, that was taken from the spiritual realm or world or whatever you want to look at, and then it's pretty much put into the physical realm. But the thing is, a lot of people talk about where do I want to go? So did you have any type of formal education to run Facebook ads?
I do not have any formal education. Like I said when we were chatting, I went to school for ancient languages and theology and music composition because I wanted to study jazz and eventually wanted to write show tunes out in New York. But after I graduated, I was looking to kind of get into some ministry positions, couldn't really find anything. And a couple of, there's one company in particular, it was a publishing company. They sold books. And this was at a time when if you knew what a blog was, they would let you be their digital marketing specialist. So
around what year was that? What year?
Maybe this is 2012 or 13. So it's after blogging and stuff was popular, but still not quite. You have specialists in all the different areas now, whereas before it was just the digital world. You were in charge of the digital sphere. So they brought me on to basically just help them be more digital. So I did a lot of research and studying from there. And that's when I started to learn that Facebook ads were really beginning to take off. And they were a great way to generate leads and to bring more people into your fold so that you can continue marketing to them. So I began to build out sales pages. This is when ClickFunnels literally just came out. If anyone's familiar with ClickFunnels, it's a landing page software. It's super popular now, but at the time it had just come out. And I was like, oh, this seems like a great way to just build a sales page for books. So every book that I came across, I built sales pages for them. I built opt-in pages for them. I built lead magnets for them. I built ads to go along with them. And I just got a ton of experience doing that over and over and over again. And I was actually recognized for it. There was a national publishing conference that invited me to come out and speak on Facebook ads because no one was really doing this stuff at the time. So that's how I got my start in it, and it began to grow from there.
That's good. That's good. And actually, you've pretty much worked for some big clients because obviously, there's going to be a lot of people, that are actually trying to have a side hustle, trying to start, a business. Everybody's trying to grow. So how in the world did you, actually, let's speak specifically for you, and then actually I'll cater the question to, I guess, people who are viewing in. But for you, how did you get in touch with, big names like, Sam Ovens and, Anthony Morrison, even Neil Patel? So, I mean,
and let me be super clear and transparent with everybody that might be listening, because I know there's a lot of talk in your news feed. You've probably seen ads about people saying how to land these whale of a clients with zero experience and how to run a 7-figure agency with with a 2-page, funnel or whatever. The way that I work with large clients is that I was able to attach myself with great agencies. I did not start off as an optimization director or an owner of my own agency. I worked as just a grinder for a guy named an awesome Facebook ads guy named Jason Horning, who had an agency at the time that was dealing with a lot of these high-level clients. And because of that, because I was willing to grind with them and just learn as much as I could, I was able to work with some of the largest clients that you see in the digital marketing space. And from there, Jason promoted me to his director of optimization. And then from there, I worked with a girl named Emily Hirsch, an awesome media buyer, awesome agency owner, really cool person. So she's got a huge roster of clients as well. And then from there, once I was like, you know what, I don't think I want to be agency anymore. I would love to be in-house. I don't want to be a guru myself. You ain't going to see me out here with a course or anything like that. But I do love working with these guys. And so I decided to go in-house, and Anthony and Adrian had brought me on to that.
That's good. That's good. So pretty much what you're saying, I guess, for anybody else that actually wants to grow up, because, well, there's a lot of smaller agencies now that are actually growing. I'm pretty sure you got into it when you were, wasn't so big, the agency realm. And I guess, if somebody is, should they take, somebody's trying to grow, if they're a freelancer actually trying to grow, work with major companies, big clients. So should they partner up with a major agency as you have done, in the past, or is there another route that you see individuals should take?
Yeah, thanks for letting me answer that, because there are several routes. There's no perfect answer to this, but here's what I can tell you is that buying a course from somebody for $5,000 to start and grow your own digital marketing agency, if you have no experience, these guys will sell you on, hey, you're going to close clients that'll pay you $10,000 a month, and they're going to be a breeze to work with, and you don't even have to have any experience or any case studies. I'm just going to teach you in my course. That's a fantasy. That's a pipe dream. That's not the real stuff right there. No matter where you are, you have to start small. So whether you are working at the bottom with an agency, or you started an agency, but you're taking on smaller clients, then maybe they're not paying you $5K, $10K a month yet. Maybe they're not paying you anything, and you're building that experience. Maybe you're just going to a local business center. Maybe you have a friend. Hey, can I build a website for you and start running some ads and start getting some leads for you, and maybe you could pay me based on the leads that you get. All I'm trying to say is there are a lot of different ways that you could start small. So working for an agency is one of them. Taking on small local clients is another one. Working for not just an agency, but working as a digital marketing specialist is another route that you can go and learn a breadth of things. So let me give you an example. When I got I was very fortunate that at the time, people were hiring just Facebook ad managers because no one really knew the world yet, and they would take someone who was an expert at Facebook ads. Well, that's great. But now a lot more people are learning it, and it's very valuable to learn YouTube ads. It's very valuable to understand how Google SEO works. It's better to have a wide variety wide breadth of knowledge in digital marketing right now. So I would take whatever route allows you to learn as much as you can about the digital marketing space.
And as far as that, actually there is a program that we recommend. Actually, I mentioned it at the beginning, and I was actually just talking. I reached out to Roger, and that's one thing, about Roger. I mean, if you have, I guess, most people who are working with a big client, well, I won't say most, but I'll say some people who are working with, big clients, they really won't respond to you, because either they're busy or, they think that, they need to get a charge or whatever. But actually, Anthony has this training that pretty much it's on the training's every Thursday nights with Anthony. I mean, he does not miss. Probably within 5 years or so, he's only missed maybe 5 times. It might be less than that, but I know it's no more than 10. And he constantly shows up, but we get access to that training for, pretty much a minimal amount. And Roger and Anthony will not let anybody on his, he just doesn't let anybody come on the Success Connection. Now, maybe in the beginning days he did, but right now, he pretty much teaches every single week. He shows up every single week. And then it actually happened, this one week, it's like this guy named Roger comes on. It's like, who in the world is Roger? And then Anthony kind of introduced him. He was like, yeah, he's my media buyer, the guy that runs my Facebook ads. So of course, I'm trying to figure out, where this guy Roger come from. He's working for Anthony, which Anthony puts a lot of money in ads. So Anthony's not necessarily going to let just anybody, run his ad. So obviously, Roger pretty much had to know what he was doing. He had to be a specialist, had to be an expert. So I reached out to him on Facebook, and he actually responded probably within maybe a few minutes or maybe, maybe a couple hours, but I know it was in the same day. And it's like, man, this is pretty cool. So I actually started asking him questions and stuff. And one of the questions that I asked him, because I love asking questions, that's one reason why I like doing interviews. So I asked him one question. I was like, hey, I'm running a partner with Andy, because Roger pretty much handles all of Anthony's ads. So pretty much all the programs and stuff Anthony has, which he has a lot of programs. And one of the programs, you know, pretty much like I mentioned, partner with Anthony. It pretty much, you know, I asked him, it was like, you know, you're running Facebook ads for partnering with Anthony. I was like, what is your targeting? You know, what's the targeting? What audience are you targeting? Everything like this. And he gave me the exact targeting that they were using for, I don't know exactly how much they're spending in ads, which you don't have to tell us. But, you know, he gave me the exact targeting that they're using. I was like, wait a minute. This is what we're currently using. You know, with most programs, you know, if they're going to give you a targeting audience, more than I won't say it's saturated, which we can get into that too, because I asked him, you know, about, you know, the saturation of different markets and audiences and all that stuff. But I asked him, it was like, this is what y'all are currently using? And most people, you know, no matter how much you pay for the program, they're going to give you something that they're not necessarily using because they're scared that it's going to be saturated. So when he told me that, I was like, wow, man, this is insane, which that's the value you get when you get into this program. And he talked about, you know, just learning, you know, just how to do things online. Partner with Anthony teaches you that. If you have no technical skills whatsoever, if you've never even touched the computer, well, he won't get that. You got to know how to turn on the computer. I mean, come on, people. But I mean, if you don't know anything, you know, about the Facebook platform, the market, or anything like that, partner with Anthony will actually show you how to set everything up, from building landing pages, from building sales pages, to setting up emails. I mean, we actually have email scripts that we can use, and they actually told us that we can take it, copy it, put it in our email sequences and send it to people. They'll show you how to collect leads. I mean, this program is insane. And then plus, you know, even with Roger, he gave us another affiliate section. I'll actually show my screen here at the end of the interview where you guys can kind of see what you get access to. But I mean, it's insane. So actually, Roger, let me ask you, how much time do you have? What time do you need to hop off here? Just
I got another 10 to 20.
You said who?
I got 10 to 20 minutes. Let me just make sure.
All right.
Yeah, it should be good. Yeah.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and get into some of the questions that we wanted to cover. So you said that the main purpose of running Facebook ads is not to make sales. So what is the main purpose of, you know, Facebook ads? Why would I run Facebook ads?
Yeah, right. So now it's definitely a shorthand, headline-y, clickbaity way that I would phrase it, because you know, I want people to understand that when you're running Facebook ads, if you are running at an insane profit, which by that I mean you put out an ad, you spent maybe $10 on the ad, and you generated $1,000. I'm just speaking hyperbolically right now, just exaggerating, right? Well, that may seem great, but what you really have, you know, when Facebook ad buyers look at that, we look at a missed opportunity. We look at an opportunity that we could have really been scaling. The main purpose when we run Facebook ads is not to make a lot of money on the front end, not to make a lot of money from just putting out an ad and having them buy something, and then that difference is our profit margin, and that's what we live, breathe, and die on. In reality, the most important part about that ad is that we're generating a lead. Even somebody that's, even if you're, so let me give you 2 examples. One, if you are giving a free gift in exchange for an email address, I would gladly run ads all day to get somebody through the door, give me their email address, so that I can sell products and offers that are relatable, awesome, things that I believe in through an email follow-up sequence. So the goal is not to get them to give me money immediately. It's to build a relationship. It's to get them to know, like, and trust me over time. So on those emails, I'm sending them offers. I'm taking them to my YouTube videos, like Mike's having you right now. He's probably sending an email to you guys, letting you know about this, giving valuable content, and that builds a relationship. So you know they're going to be a long-term customer. Even if you're trying to sell something on the front end, hopefully you can make a profit from that. Hopefully you can at least break even on it. But the real value is once that person walks through the door, now you have a customer in your database. And that's somebody that you can really build a relationship with. They didn't just give an email. They gave you money. So this person has money, and this person is willing to spend money with you. So build a relationship, and then you can continue to show them valuable things to help them grow their business, whatever you're selling, valuable things to help them lose weight, valuable things to help them train their dog, whatever it is that you're selling. But the purpose of those ads, those YouTube ads, those Facebook ads, they're not to make money up front. They're not to make tons of sales up front. It's to get people through the door so that you can build a relationship with them. You know, you look at places like Comcast or AT&T, these service providers, it costs them so much more money to acquire a brand new customer than it does to massage and mature the existing relationship and to continue upselling people that are already in their database. So they will spend a ton of money. They will take a huge loss to acquire a customer because they value the relationship with that person over time more than that initial sale. So when you're doing Facebook ads and YouTube ads, it's the same thing. Yeah, you're acquiring customers. Don't be discouraged if you lost a little money up front, or you broke even, or you made a profit, but it's not going to pay your bills just yet. You have got yourself a valuable customer that you can sell to over and over again.
Yeah, that's actually, you know, that's a good point, because you know, a lot of people do think about, you know, their ROI when they first initially run, you know, Facebook ads. And you know, something that I learned from Anthony was the fact that, you know, you don't necessarily need to look at the front end sales, it's the back end sales, because that's how pretty much, you know, Anthony, you know, makes all of his, you know, a lot of his money. You know, the bulk of his money is by sending, you know, emails like that from Roger. And a lot of people necessarily won't tell you that, you know, you need to actually have, you know, pretty much they'll tell you, like Anthony talks about, you know, if you're running a, you know, if you're an Amazon affiliate or an affiliate for anything, even a ClickBank affiliate, most of the time you just take a link and you send it to people. But I mean, the thing is, if you're just doing that, then the people who are interested in what you have to offer, you're not collecting those leads. You don't know who they are. You'll never be able to get in contact with them again. Just like Roger said, you're going to have to spend more money to, you know, acquire a new customer. But, you know, I think they said what it's like 6 to 1 or something. I don't know exactly the ratio, but like Roger said, you know, it does cost a ton of more money to get a new customer than you know, to, you know, market to the customer that you already have. So that's why a lot of people say, you know, focus specifically on the customers that you have and cultivating, you know, a relationship, you know, with them, which obviously, just like I said, probably with Anthony, you know, teaches everybody like that. And then, you know, teaches everybody those specifics, details, and, you know, what you need to do to successfully run an online business. Anybody can start an online business. I mean, yeah, you can take an affiliate link and, you know, post it or, you know, send it to 1 million different people. That's technically, you know, if you're generating funds, profits, and all that stuff, you're pretty much got an online business, but you really don't have a system to, you know, cultivate your leads, to, you know, generate leads specifically, constantly, you know, anything like that. But I mean, you know, that's the thing, you know, as far as with you partnering or finding people who, in the beginning, Roger said, you know, you need to find somebody who is legit to, you know, follow, somebody that you know, like, and trust. And the thing is, you know, as far as Anthony, and even with Ty, because I went from Ty to Anthony and everybody in his circle. So once you get into a circle, I mean, you can obviously, you know, and step out of your comfort zone, because I am an introvert. I don't necessarily, you know, like, you know, I'm not extroverted, getting out, talking, doing all that stuff. But I mean, you can, if you're in the right circle, you can actually have interviews like this with, you know, an expert, you know, just, you know, stepping out of your, you know, comfort zone. But the thing is, you need to get in specific circles. And that's kind of what, you know, the Anthony's community does. Like when I say, you know, he has actually the name of his Thursday night shows or programs are actually called, you know, Success Connection. But then he has a Facebook group as well. So everybody in that group, you know, everybody has one main goal, is to be successful. So you can actually ask questions, you know, if you're struggling with different stuff, not even with business stuff, but just, you know, stuff with, you know, life and anything like that. You just do a post in there and people actually, you know, comment, encourage you and everything like that, which is, you know, a major plus. And so what is the number one thing that every business should focus on and work on, you know, to improve their business?
All right. So the number one thing that people should learn, to learn to work on in their business, I would say, is learning how to communicate through your copy. So your copy, meaning writing good headlines, writing emails, writing good subject lines, writing good Facebook ads, even writing good scripts for video. I mean, even Mike sent me a sample script, a bunch of questions. You know, that took some time to think through. You know, what kind of questions do I want to ask to make sure we have a good show? It all comes back to that copy. The channel is always going to change. When I got started, like I said, it was blogging. Now it's Facebook and YouTube ads. And now if you look a little bit in the horizon, it seems like TikTok is going to be the place where you have more celebrities and you have a lot of sales happening. But it all comes back to learning how to write a good ad. It all comes back to studying your avatars, what we call our customers, knowing their desires, knowing what they want, and being able to put that down in your copy, learning how to write that.
And looks like my wife just hopped on. It says, do you give out a swipe copy? Actually, yeah, with partner with Anthony, they have a ton of copies, swipe copies, and everything like that. But even speaking of that, sometimes people do not get access to cheat sheets or swipe copies or anything like that. So what would be, or I guess, how can one person, how can a person learn copy? What's the best way to learn copy?
Great question. Number one way is to sign up for as many sign up for as many newsletters as possible that are in the niche that you want to do. So if you are in the health and fitness niche, or if you are in the financial advising niche, or the dog training niche, find all the experts, find all the gurus, sign up to all of their newsletters people that you respect and follow, and read their emails. The second thing you can do is study from great books. I love books there's a guy named Ray Edwards. I cannot remember the name of the titles of his books. There's two in particular. Ray Edwards has written some great books on writing copy. There's a book called Cashvertising. That was one of my favorite books coming up. But that's number two. The most important thing is to read good copy, is to read good emails, read good sales letters. And then the second thing is to study them. Read those books so that you can learn what they're doing and how they're doing it. But the most important thing you need to do is just to keep reading good copy.
And then another thing, obviously, the show is really not necessarily about partnering with anybody, but actually we're trying to actually give you guys ideas and how you can actually grow your business. But there's actually a section in Partner with Anthony or whatever that actually shows you how to write copy. And then it actually gives you a recommendation from one. Actually, I think he writes copy for, I don't know if it was Dan Henry or Sam Ovens, but I know he writes copy for Tide. Sean Bossler.
Yeah, Sean's the man. He's written for the best of the best. Yeah. And then actually you can get access to him and all of his content inside of Partner with Anthony. He actually has a section in there that he actually goes over, he gives you some quick tactics that'll actually help your copy as far as with headlines and everything like that, getting people to click on your stuff. Because there's no point in trying to generate a nice or finding a nice product, but then you don't have the right copy to get people to click on, Right.
Or they can't see, if you really can't, I guess if you can't communicate your message in a way that people can relate to your target audience, then they'll never know who you are. They really won't care. And then, you just pretty much be the same. There's really no point in having a good product. So,
by the way, it looks like your wife put the name of the book in the chat. How do you pronounce her name?
𝐭𝐡.
Thank you so much for that. It's How to Write Copy That Sells by Ray Edwards. Thank you. Appreciate that, 𝐭𝐡.
Yeah, thanks. And thanks for that. I didn't realize, I guess 𝐑𝐈𝐆 fixed this. I didn't realize you could actually see so you can see the comments now, which obviously, I guess you can.
I can see everything, man. I can see your whole house.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. So let me ask you this. So you mentioned that you said, what was it? It said, what did you actually mean when you said all business opportunities are the same as long as they are done the right way? You just need to focus on one particular thing.
Yeah. Okay. I think I remember where I was going when I said that. Okay. The message I really wanted to get across was when you are learning digital marketing, you're going to see a lot of opportunities in your Facebook news feed for a lot of different courses and offers. You're going to see Amazon, FBA, right? Hey, learn how to get these products sold on Amazon. Hey, or Shopify. Learn how to do e-commerce and sell cool products, drop ship from China, or affiliate marketing. Learn how to sell other people's products. These are all great methods. Merch by Amazon. Learn how to make cool and funny t-shirts and sell them on Amazon. These are all great methods. And what happens is sometimes we find a method that we like and it gets tough. So we bail on it and we look to the next shiny object. And there's always going to be a guru in your newsfeed telling you, oh, what you were doing before, that's not a good method. This method is how people are crushing it. This method is how people are doing it. And that is just a great way to blow and throw away more and more money. What I would recommend you do is find something that you like, find something that speaks to you, find a product you'd like to sell, a niche that you want to be in, and stick with it. And my guess is, Mike, there are people watching this right now that are knee deep in a program already. I would encourage you, just stick with that program. At the end of the day, it is all about this. It is all about building your customer database and selling them great products that are relevant to them. Affiliate marketing, e-commerce, information space, services, agencies, it's all the same. It's having a great product, building a customer base, and delivering on what you're promising them. They're all the same. Find something you like and stick with it.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Actually, I was talking to somebody about that, the other day, as far as, having shiny eye syndrome. I know that, I suffered from that, in the past.
Yeah, and,
yeah, it's like, you just see something and it's like, oh, I want to jump to the next thing, because really pretty much just like you said, it's like, it's not working fast enough for me. But I mean, there's actually a saying, it was from a multi-level marketing company that I was in. I don't know if you guys know about Legal Shield or Prepaid Legal or not, but actually they said stick and stay and you'll get your pay. So, I mean, you just pretty much need to stick, and stay where you're at. And then eventually, if you continuously, as Anthony says, hashtag never give up. If you don't give up, then you're going to, meet your goals. Success, you're going to have success and everything like that. So I know it's about time to close it down, and actually I'm going to let Roger hop off real quick, and then I'm actually going to show you guys the inside of partnering with Anthony and things that Roger built out. Actually, technically right now we actually have two membership areas, or two different sections, membership sites with partner with Anthony. Actually, wait a minute. So actually we have three, because he just created another one that we're actually kind of supposed to promote. But there's two of them that we actually get the training from. And actually Roger built out one himself, but Anthony built out the other one as far as the video.
Well, Anthony built out the main trading, the bread and butter. That's where you learn and understand everything. What I was doing was I'm doing the weekly newsletter, and he was just like, just give them done for you assets, like show them emails to write, show them Facebook ads that they can use, show them, build out websites for them that they can use. So that's what my small contribution is compared to the whole program, the giant, massive program that Anthony built out. And it's, you'll talk about it. I don't want to steal from that.
And I guess, actually a question just popped in my head. Actually, what is it like working for Anthony? I mean, somebody like that is actually driven, he's goal oriented. I mean, what are meetings like with him? I mean, how intense is he, or is he laid back, kind of like he sometimes seems like, on camera, but obviously I'm pretty sure he's not that laid back to be, that successful. I'm sure he's strict. He wants things done, point blank, right on time, stuff like that. So what's it like working for?
I'll tell you this, Anthony is intense, but he's very smart and focused. So Anthony's really good for me because as you probably have seen in this interview, I get sidetracked a lot. I drone on a bit sometimes. I'm not always the best at being focused on things. I get a little more emotional in my responses, the way that I view data. Anthony he's been around the block, so he knows how to ask the right questions to get the answers that he needs. And sometimes it'll be like, oh, that hurt my feelings a little bit the way you said that, but that's not how he means it. He's just business, man. He's just, hey, how do the numbers line up? So that's been really good for me. And that's something I've enjoyed about working with Anthony, is learning how to kind of take the emotion out of the numbers and just like, look, this is what the data says. This is what we do. So I like partnering with Anthony.
And let me ask you, well, this is pretty much the last question I'm going to sum up. I asked all of my guests this. So if you were to have one superpower, what would it be and why?
A superpower, man. Used to be flying, but I'm kind of over that now. I get air sick, and I like traveling, but I don't know. I bet there's a better one. Can playing every instrument be a superpower? Is that allowed?
I never thought about that. That would be pretty cool because yeah, you are a pianist, actually jazz and gospel pianist, and you travel to different churches and stuff, right?
Yeah, so, I still do now, and I love it. But you know what? Like, I just wish I could play them all. If I could play them all, and masterfully, like super power status. That's what we're talking about here. That would just be so much fun. I would give up flying any day over being able to play all the instruments that I get my hands on.
So how many can you play now? How many?
I performed with 4, but I'm really most proficient with piano.
All right. And you said you perform what 4 of those?
Yeah, those are so piano, guitar, ukulele, bass. I guess 5, mandolin. So.
All right.
Oh, and hammered dulcimer, so that'd be 6. But I'm not proficient in those. I've just had the opportunity to learn them and perform with them. But man, I just want to get I want to pick up a saxophone.
Oh man, that's what I was gonna say. That's what I always wanted to.
Really?
The tenor sax, the tenor, yeah.
See, it's a good superpower. Don't let anybody tell you that your dreams of music aren't a good superpower.
Yeah, actually, my aunt told me that. She said you can learn because I said I always wanted to learn. Actually, this has probably been maybe a few months ago. I asked her, or I told her, like I always wanted to learn how to play the saxophone. She said, "Well, you can do it." She said, "Just put your time through it." She said, "It's never too late." Which
right.
That's true. That's true.
That's good. It's a good word.
Yeah, thanks, Roger, for hopping on with us and dropping a ton of value. Oh yeah, your cheat sheet. How do we get access to your cheat sheet? Or actually, you can send me a link to it, or however you want to do it. And actually, I will. Hold on, let me put this. Actually, you can hop off now. But thanks again, and you can send me that. I'll actually get it to you guys. I can put a link in the chat right now where you can access it. Is actually going to send you to opt in, but we'll send it to you via email and everything like that. So thank you again, Roger, for hopping on, sharing a ton of value. And like I said, this guy, I don't know, if 1 million people, reach out to him, I don't think he's, he can't answer all y'all because he has, a ton of time. But I mean, he will answer, your questions, anything you got like that. But you got to have priority and privy. You got to have, privy to him because you got to hop in the program. He's not just going to answer you, just right off. So, but thank you again, Roger, for hopping on, and appreciate your time. Thanks.
Take care, guys.
All right, everybody, and that was actually Roger Festa. Like I said, he works specifically with Anthony now. He currently works with Anthony, and my wife says thanks. I want to follow him. Yeah, and you guys can go check him out on Facebook. I know he's on Facebook. I'm not sure if he's on Instagram or not. I actually should have asked him the best places to reach out to him, but he is on Facebook a lot because obviously he's running Facebook ads and everything like that. But let me show you guys the program we were actually talking about. Let me see if you guys can see my screen here. Actually, let me throw this down real quick. Where pretty much you get access. I know that if you wanting to start an online business, this is actually the best part. I mean, right now there's 30 sessions in it, and you can actually, Anthony's still building this out because the thing about this program is, or actually a lot of programs that Anthony created in the past, they were pretty much, he said he did not want to continuously create programs and put, different sessions and put trainings in there where people really didn't have, a lot of value because, a lot of some of these programs and stuff you actually get into and you really don't necessarily need all the information. There's one program that's been going on now for like 5 years or so, and they have all that data in there. And actually, I think they have a specific roadmap in how you need to maneuver through the data. But the thing is, people are actually not necessarily going to follow that roadmap. You know how people are. They just pretty much jump from here to there, as we just talked about shiny eye syndrome. But the thing is, people are going to jump around. But the way Anthony put this program together is the fact is you cannot get access to the next session until after 24 hours. So you need to complete, one section before you get access to the other session, which makes things, pretty much streamlined, in which you pretty much, I won't say guaranteed, nothing's guaranteed. But the thing is, you have a higher level of success. You have a higher chance to achieve success with the fact of the way he set up this program. Actually, I want to throw myself out of the screen real So let me grab the link real quick, guys, so you can see. Yeah, it's kind of hard working. Most of the time I have 2 monitors, but really right now I'm working from my laptop, so I'm not necessarily used to working off of 1 laptop or 1 screen. So I just dropped the link in the comments where you guys can get access to that. If you have any issues with that, just actually comment down below if you have any issues accessing the training or the accessing the PWA page. But like I said, guys, actually let me throw this back up here, showing screen. guys, I mean, there's a ton of value that you can get from watching this, getting involved with this program. So I thank you guys for tuning in. And like I said, the link is in the comments where you can access PWA Partner with Anthony. But then I will also send you the Rogers cheat sheet and how to start a business, how you can successfully, start a business online. It gives you, I really don't know exactly what it gives you, but I'm thinking it just pretty much gives you details and specifics in how you can start a business online and how you can start a successful business online, because obviously there's a ton of businesses online. But I thank you guys for tuning in. I'm actually live on Instagram now. Say hello to Instagram. I'm waving at them now. Which they got on the, they're on the screen now. And I have no idea, did anybody ask any questions? I'm not sure they did. If they didn't, no, nobody's asking any questions on Instagram, but there's a few people that actually jumped on and joined in. But thank you guys for hopping on, and I'm getting ready to hop off right now. And like I said, you got any questions, reach out to me, type them in the comments below. Let me know the value in this. If you like this, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Let me know that it was good. Comment, do something in the, in the video itself. Share this out with your friends. I mean, if you think it was, good content, you think, if you're not in the business, but if you do know somebody who is interested in the business, if you do know somebody who wants to learn how to grow their business with Facebook, or even just grow their business in general by using online mechanisms, have them reach out to me, comment below, give me their name, share this with them, do something. But most of all, hit the thumbs up. You like my content, there's going to be more content coming out, more interviews, everything like that with, successful business entrepreneurs, which I already have a ton of them on my channel right now. So you guys can check them out and let me know what you think. Thank you guys again for hopping on. Thank you for in the community. We're actually at 106, 107 subscribers now. So thank you guys. Continue to push this out. Let people know that there is more to life than just working, a 9-to-5 job, part-time job, whatever you guys are doing. There's more to life to that. You can have free time. You can choose where you want to work. You can go where you want to work, take the vacation that you want to have. Don't necessarily have anybody telling you what to do, when to do, what you want to do. Even with Roger, you say, well, Roger's working for Anthony, but the thing is, Roger's working for Anthony, but he's in a remote place. He can travel, he can do whatever he wants to do. You heard him say that, he travels to, different churches and stuff, playing the piano, like jazz and all that stuff. But the thing is, he's not dedicated to a 9-to-5 job, 4 walls around him each and every day, punching the time clock. If that is for you, I understand, you got to do what you got to do at some point, but obviously you need to be making plans to continue on, because what if you do get hurt one day and you cannot go to work? What if you get injured? You say, well, I got workman's comp. What if the workman's comp does not pay you as well? But then even, you think about it, you say, well, hey, what if I even get, income? What if I do get some income, from my online, and they'll cut out my workman's comp? But that's the thing, pretty much the internet is unlimited. I got a couple of, ideas right now that I'm kind of rolling around in my head. I need to partner with, a few people as far as, just having the internet. There's no limitations in how you can make money on the internet. Actually, I talked to another a guy that actually I pretty much affiliated through being in another mastermind that I was in. And he told me that there's one guy that is making a ton of money just by, he put up a pet website, which he has Amazon affiliate products on there, which don't necessarily recommend doing affiliate product. But I mean, if you want to do Amazon affiliate products, because the reason why I say that is, when you're picking an affiliate product to promote, you need to make sure that they're actually going to pay you well, which Partner with Anthony does that. It is an affiliate program that is actually in tiers. So you actually get in at one tier, but the thing is, there's multiple products that are associated with the program itself, where you can also generate money off of that. Even you can say, as far as with, Amazon, but there's different tiers and Partner with Anthony, but the percentage of Amazon is low. I mean, yeah, if you get a ton of traffic to your site like this guy is doing, then you don't necessarily have to worry about that, but you have to build up to the traffic. And this guy is like an expert in SEO. So he took, a lot of time learning SEO to generate organic traffic to his site, which I think it might have taken him maybe 1.5 years or something to build up the site with. I don't know exactly how many people are visiting his site each and every day now. But I know it is a lot of there's a lot of videos, and for some reason, I guess you can only go live on Instagram for a certain amount of time because it actually just stopped my video for some reason. But I'll just share it out. But yeah, so what was I? Oh yeah, as far as saying that yeah, so you need to pick a product that's actually good and is actually going to pay you, that you can pretty much, make, sales off of. And that the sales are actually going to pay you enough to sustain. But like I was saying, if you actually end up getting hurt one day, just say something, happens to you at work or even away from work, and you can't go to work, you're not physically able to go to work. What are you actually going to do to, have an income? You need to have a side hustle. Some people say, well, you might go build houses and all that stuff, but what good is that going to do if you can't physically move? Obviously, yeah, you can learn real estate, just learn something. That's kind of what, I'm telling you guys. I am telling you guys that learn something that you can do on the side, because it's a different time now. When I graduated from college, all I was looking for, was pretty much just a job to retire at. But obviously, we're only one job to retire at. But obviously, things are different. My mom, pretty much told me, she grew up just you're working pretty much just working one job, having a pension plan and all that stuff. But companies are not doing that anymore. Times have changed. And they're actually trying to, somebody told me a couple of years ago, or a few years ago, that the government's trying to figure out a way to come around the back door to get your 401k. So even if you do have a 401k, and then actually that was a good story that is actually how Anthony got involved in learning internet marketing, was the fact that his dad invested a ton of money into one company, hoping that that money would be there when he retired. But he ended up losing all of that money because the company folded and pretty much their situation changed immediately. So what if that happens to you? What if you don't have a son, like Anthony, who actually went out and started to make money online and actually learn how to create an income for himself? Because Anthony's not an idiot. He was actually in school, and he was actually going to med school. We have the same majors. I majored in biology. He majored in biology, and he actually got his biology degree. And he was going to med school, but he ended up, I don't know if I think he did finish school. His brother finished school as well, but because of the money that he made, he actually ended up paying for himself to finish school, for his brother to go to school, and I think his sister too. And he actually ended up paying his parents' mortgage off. So there's a success story for you as well, just by having, a side hustle. He has a story that he constantly talks about, or constantly shares, where his dad, which is passed away now, where his dad is actually, telling, sharing a story with, how Anthony just had these checks coming in for 6 and 7 figures coming to the house. And he ended up, being very successful online. So that is actually who you're learning from. This is not just somebody who's just getting started, but he's been doing this for like 10 to 15 years now. And he really holds nothing back, pretty much. He wants the people who get involved with him, he wants his students to excel and to learn. I mean, it's like one of your best teacher. Imagine your best teacher when you were in school, growing up in school, one of the teachers that actually really wanted you to learn. There's some teachers who, just pretty much just showing up for a paycheck. But some teachers, their heart was really in it, and they really loved to teach and wanted to see the kids learn. That's the way Anthony is. He wants you to learn. He wants you to not only learn, but to be successful. Some things, about the teachers in school, they they don't necessarily, I don't think they were teaching for you to actually make money. They were just pretty much teaching you to learn, and then you can figure out another way to make money. But Anthony is teaching you a way to make money. He wants you to be successful just like him. So he really holds nothing back, pretty much exposes his, his business. Like pretty much just like I said, Roger hopped on with me. He didn't have to do that. So pretty much that's just the type, they say that people follow their leader, or either the leadership hires people who are pretty much just like them. So just the fact that Roger hopped on with me, you can kind of see, the heart that Anthony has, because obviously, Roger pretty much has the same aspects of that. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'm about to end this one, and I will see you guys on the next one. Like I said, give me a thumbs up and let me know you found this valuable. Have a good one, guys. Take care. Peace out.